And I met this young woman, and she just had this spirit about her. She just naturally flowed. She just, literally, she was just so gifted. She was a natural born servant, and I found out later that she had an amazing story behind her. She wrote a book, a compilation book that talks about the 20s. And she has so much wisdom in her because, again, I will not steal her thunder, but again, a talented, multifaceted professional who lives her life by design. I fell in love with her because for years she has understood that her purpose was to serve. What did I tell you that S on the check stood for? Serve. She understood that her purpose was to serve. And with her ambition, guys, to build others, she founded the HER Foundation. The HER Foundation, a nonprofit organization that seeks to develop women with skill-based learning and resources. Zakira is a native of New Jersey and now lives here in Atlanta. She is in her 20-somethings, right? She's a millennial that is committed to impacting nations, but genuinely seeking to help women thrive and spread a message of loving self first. I only thought it would be fitting to honor her with the S that she wears on her chest. Help me or one other than Miss Zakira Fickler.
First, I want to thank Chinaza and the whole She Speaks family. Chinaza inspires me so much. And she messaged me and she was like, what are you doing the weekend of the 29th through the 31st? And I was like, I don't have anything on my calendar. And she was like, you're coming to the conference. And I was like, okay, what am I going to be doing? She was like, you're a SheRo, congratulations. And I'm just so grateful to be here today. I can remember my first year in college. I went through a depression period. And I was depressed because I didn't know what my purpose was in life. I didn't even think I had a purpose. I felt inadequate. My relationship with my father wasn't good. I had vivid memories of living in hotels and having to use candles to see because we didn't have electricity, or having to boil water to take baths. And I felt all of these things, and I had a gift of masking my pain. And then one day, I was in my closet, and I just started crying. I was crying for hours. And I finally got up and I started praying. And I was asking God, what do you want me to do? What do I have to do? I'm tired of feeling like this. And I instantly heard him say, surrender. And I finally had to just surrender all of the pain and surrender my life to God, and all the voids of loneliness and love that I was feeling, only he could feel it. So finally, once I did that, he started to reveal to me what my purpose was. My relationship with my father, we started growing into our relationship. My father's one of my best friends now. He just started allowing me to be able to do the things that I know I was destined to do. So I was able to author my first book this year called Her 20-Somethings. And in the book, I talk about things that young women go through in their 20s and how to overcome them. So like how to find your purpose, how to set and get goals, how there's an expiration date on blaming the past, how there's an importance to have personal core values. And then I was able to birth my nonprofit organization where we work with young women in the community who have absent fathers, and we focus on personal development in the areas of health and wellness, education, and financial literacy. So the biggest lesson that I learned is that there's an expiration date on blaming the past, and people don't care about you being the victim all the time. People get tired of hearing your story about being the victim, and you really have to let go of some things to get a hold of some things. So my mission is really to impact young ladies all over the world and push them to tell their stories, because someone somewhere is going through the exact same thing that you went through. And if you don't share your story, you may be taking away their healing. So I just really thank Chinaza and everyone else for allowing me to accept this SheRo award.